All praise to the Most High. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, everything I do is ad-libbed. None of it is monetized. It's only meant to get you wise. So let's begin. There are several topics I want to touch on today. Let's deal with that war in Ukraine. Now, I had somewhat of an epiphany. If you remember, many years ago in the Second Gulf War, George Bush came out and made a statement. See, I know he was spying on Americans long before the news broke through his statement. He said, you remember the French opposed this war, and the stupid Republicans come up with this idea instead of calling French fries, they call them freedom fries. Okay? So he was asked about the French, and he said, I know how they think. The only way you know how somebody thinks is that you're spying on them. Fast forward today to the war in Iraq. I was listening Biden speak, or I was reading one of his statements, and they were emphatic that Ukraine would not have membership in NATO. And that stands out to me as, just this epiphany, this bright light came out in my subconscious. I was like, holy crap, man, they have achieved the goal. And you know what? They played Putin. They played the Ukrainians also. The Ukrainians are toilet paper. You see, Putin reminds me of this rat that's looking at a reflection of the sun in water and thinking it's a big piece of cheese. That's what Putin has done, okay? By invading Ukraine and the brutality thereof, NATO has achieved its goal. Remember, since 18 whatever, Sweden was neutral. Since 1949, the Finnish people were genuflected to the Russians. So, in order to achieve this goal, you had to bait Putin into doing what he's doing. So he invaded the Ukrainians. Mass murder, brutality, rape, you just name it. It's there. Now, clandestinely or planned, the Finnish either was scared into Ukraine, or into NATO, I should say, or they were given an out, or they were given a way to join Ukraine, to join NATO, to say, look at the brutality. We can't trust the Russians. Remember, they're the ones who invaded Finland. Finland never posed a threat to Russia. They invaded Finland and annexed certain territories from Finland. Russia has a habit of doing these things. Anyhow, they have achieved the goal, okay? Now it's inevitable that Sweden and Finland is going to be in NATO. Vladimir Putin realized he was checkmate. Now he's moving or planned to move nuclear weapons on the border, on the territory that they stole. You see, the world has become a more dangerous place by playing these stupid games. But prophecy has to be fulfilled. When you read the book, it talks about, about people's flesh getting evaporated off of their bodies. That is nuclear war. So we are moving closer to biblical prophecy. This is what this proxy war in Ukraine has done. Now, as far as the Ukrainians, they're toilet paper. Because they know they're not going to join NATO. and they were used to achieve a certain purpose. Now Putin understands that he was played. He's even more dangerous individual. You see the warning about these weapons that have been sent, these sophisticated weapons have been sent to Ukraine. He warned about it. And he is going to be the facilitator of these weapons getting into hands of unsavory people to hurt the United States. You see, one of the keynotes that Biden hinged upon, expanded upon, saying that Ukraine is a little bit too corrupt to join NATO. Why would you send these sophisticated weapons into a nation that's so corrupt? Does that make any sense? It made sense if you're playing this proxy war. You see, this war achieves two things. You get to test weapons in real time. You get to see the strength and the morale of the Russian forces and destroy the Russian economy. All of this is sending a message to China. Okay? That's all it's doing. It's sending a message to China. And it's daring China to say, okay, you go invade Taiwan and see what's going to happen to you. China is taking notes. They're taking huge notes. Because a lot of their equipment are Russian made or Russian stolen. So they're taking notes. China ain't invading Taiwan right now. They got to go recalibrate to see if the weaponry they have could stand up to the weapons of the West. All of this is just proxy fighting, and the Ukrainians are toilet paper. Sorry to say. Lives been lost over a proxy war. The United States and Russia been at it for a long time. Russia helped the Viet Cong. The United States get revenge in Afghanistan. It's been going on and on. May God help us. Let's talk about this abortion issue. You see, abortion is a fight that we should not be having. Okay? We shouldn't be having this fight. The fight is hinged on this MAGA concept. It's to make Aryans great again. It's about keeping America white. Okay? That's all it is. One of these clowns, the mullah, says that it doesn't have enough white children to be adopted because of abortion. This abortion issue is not our fight. Okay? Our population is not growing. Check it. We've been at 12% for the longest. They kill us. They sterilize us. They jail us. You see, they're not afraid because of no abortion, an explosion in the black population. They have means to cull our species or to cull people who look like me. That's not the idea. The idea is to make Aryans great again. This is this abortion fight. It's an abortion is that they don't want to relinquish power. They are afraid of the black and browns getting together and forcing them to relinquish the power, the dominance that they have. They are so afraid. But newsflash, nobody wants to be black. Nobody aligns themselves with us. It has never happened. We only been used just like the Ukrainians to achieve a goal. Remember what happened in the civil rights movement? Yes, it was admirable. People, mainly the Jewish people, gave money. They marched. They died. The Rabbi Hashem, admirable. Okay? But soon as that paper was signed, exit stage, left, right, center, whatever they did. And this is when the civil rights movement really needed their help to gain access, the knowledge, the everything. Nobody was there. Once LBJ signed those papers, Everybody disappeared. We're not relevant anymore. This is how it's going to be till the end. This abortion is not our fight. And I've been saying this for a long time. I'm not a lawyer, but I read a lot. And I'm saying, what would stop the tribes? Why wouldn't Planned Parenthood put one of these things on tribal lands? I've been saying that for the longest. Most recently, I'm seeing the governor of Oklahoma threatening the tribes. Maybe he's been paying attention to me. He's threatened the tribes not to put abortion, a haven, on their land, like he has some power over the tribes. That's a sovereign nation. That's like going to tell Canada what to do. Anyhow, if the tribes see opportunity of capitalism, you like stoking capitalism, why wouldn't they take that opportunity? This is about keeping America white. Don't make no bones about it. The other thing is about Israel. Okay, I cannot support Israel because they are telling lies. And Ezekiel says the stranger has to have an inheritance. I cannot support the Palestinians because they've been used. Why is it the Palestinians don't choose a nonviolent approach to their plight? You see, Israel is telling lies and lies and lies, just like them murdering that journalist. The journalist had on a hat, helmet, and bodysuit. She's one of the most prominent journalists, an American citizen. And she was taken out with a bullet to the head. Why not a bullet to the chest or anywhere else where her flap jacket is? Her partner was shot in the shoulder. So they achieved the goal. They killed that journalist, wounded the partner to say it was a stray bullet. Everybody knows what's going on here. This is not the first time, Israel. I remember the U.S. Liberty. The parents of those American soldiers are still looking for justice. You are telling lies. You assassinated that journalist to prove a point. It's a terror campaign. And to hide your tracks. And then the United States is complicit. The rest of the world is complicit with your behavior. You see how quick they responded to Putin. Sanction this, that. And you have been allowed to carry on your reign of terror unmitigated with no kind of repercussions whatsoever. That is sad. And I tell you, because of your disobedience, the Elohim will deal with you the same way too. You have to have balanced scales, Israel. Ezekiel says that the strangers among you has to have an inheritance. Why do you continue to deny the wishes of the Elohim? That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. That's all I got to tell you. It's not a good thing. Let's deal with the diaspora that is black in the United States. You see that murderous bastard in Buffalo? He chose a predominantly black neighborhood to kill people. Have the N-word etched into his gun. Let me tell you something. This is a byproduct of the rhetoric that came out of Trump's mouth. It's coming out of the Republican Party. It's coming out of Fixed News and OAN and all these other rest of clowns. You know what I'm saying? You see, every time you mention something with black, your underlings hears the N-word. So CRT, N-word. 1619, N-word. Voter fraud, N-word. Welfare, N-word. Voter suppression, N-word. Crown Act, N-word. This is all that registers in that racist party. It's no coincidence that all of these fringe groups follow your party. You're laying down a scent trail, Republicans. And you're sacrificing people who look like me for expediency as far as being elected. We don't matter. The thing is that I don't understand is why people who look like me install you into office. That is silliness. Or any other minority. Remember Trump's word? I don't want people from those shithole countries like Haiti coming here. N-word. The messages are there. And these unstable characters that follow your words with your scent trail, they're killing people. Just wait till that clown, Elon Musk, reinstate Trump to that Twitter platform. You know what? I have never owned a weapon in my life. I didn't want that in my house with my young children. This is the first time I am compelled to put a weapon in my house. Exercise my Second Amendment because of the crap that I see coming out of elected officials' mouth. Like that clown you have, Marjorie Green Taylor, talking about Jewish space lasers and all kind of foolishness, man. This is not healthy for people who look like me and my children. This kind of rhetoric has no place in our society. Sure, you have differences. Okay, debate the differences. It has nothing to do with skin color. Calling, the coronavirus the Kung flu. This is absurd and it's dangerous. Like-minded people like me, you should not be voting for a party who protect people who spout this vomit. You hear me? Like Candace Owen. I would have liked you to be in that damn supermarket with your stupidity, staring down the barrel of that racist. Tell me what he would have thought when he saw you. Oh, there goes Candace Owens. She's a conservative. No, there goes Candace Owen. She's a N-word. Boom.